Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jim, and today we're diving into a challenging yet profoundly inspiring mindset shift. From power struggles between you and your avoidant partner to authentic spiritual bonding, as championed by Jordan Peterson. Have you noticed how every strategic silence or emotional withdrawal becomes an invisible weapon in the battleground you two unwittingly inhabit? Peterson once said, "If we can't take responsibility for the smallest matters, how can we share the greatest responsibilities?" In this video, I'll present 4 transformative steps, not mere psychological tricks, but essential principles that empower you and your partner to own responsibility together, move forward together, and build a secure foundation. You'll discover why avoidants maintain distance to protect their freedom and feelings, and how to craft a true freedom with boundaries framework. You'll learn to recognize the power games hidden behind every unanswered text or canceled date, to establish small yet revolutionary agreements that prevent you from getting stuck in conflicts, to transform fleeting emotions into meaningful shared actions, and finally, to cultivate a spiritual tree of values that binds you at a higher frequency than any external pressure. If you're tired of endless chases and crave a deep bond without sacrificing your own autonomy, don't miss this video. Hit subscribe, ring the bell, and stay tuned until the very end. You're about to unlock the key that shifts you from personal power struggles to spiritual unity, so you both can thrive and grow together. Jordan Peterson frequently challenges us to clean your room before you criticize the world. And in the context of love, that room represents our inner world and personal boundaries. In a relationship, if neither partner has organized their emotional room, a power struggle will inevitably erupt. Avoidant individuals fearful of losing freedom and overwhelmed by closeness deploy invisible weapons such as strategic silence, evasive maneuvers, or superficial criticism to maintain control. They ignore texts, postpone dates, or offer offhand judgments about your behavior, all designed to keep them in the driver's seat. The first step towards spiritual bonding is recognizing this battleground for what it is. You must honestly observe the moments when conflict arises not from genuine needs, but from fear or a desire to control. Notice when a text goes unanswered and ask yourself, why am I upset? Am I truly hurt by their absence? Or am I reacting to a perceived loss of control? Similarly, when your avoidant partner dodges an important conversation, consider, are they trying to preserve their independence by avoiding making decisions? When both of you see that we're fighting to protect our emotional armor, conflict stops being the enemy and becomes a signal to pause, breathe, and examine your inner belief systems. Peterson points out that awareness of these small battles is the first step to achieving greater order. In this context, greater order means an authentic connection where freedom and responsibility coexist. By identifying the power struggle, you distinguish between true needs, the desire for understanding, closeness, and support, and defensive mechanisms, silence, evasion, criticism. This distinction opens a new path. Rather than battling each other, you can shift to dialogue based on openness and mutual respect. The turning point comes when both partners stop to observe the power dynamic. Instead of immediately reacting, you might say, I realize that when you go silent, I feel angry. But what I really want to know is what matters most to you rather than demanding an instant reply. Your avoidant partner, pausing in that moment, might respond, I'm actually afraid of commitments because they feel suffocating, but I want you to know I appreciate your patience for just 15 minutes after I finish my work. When this exchange occurs, the two of you are no longer attacking one another. You're cleaning your emotional rooms, discarding those invisible weapons, clarifying boundaries, and reopening your hearts. From here, conflict transforms into fuel for progress rather than a chain that holds you back. Once the power struggle is illuminated under the light of awareness, you're ready for the next step. Establishing shared responsibility, where freedom and structure complement each other, inviting the avoidant partner to step out of hiding and co-create a secure, meaningful bond. By recognizing and naming the hidden battle for control, you dismantle the very foundation of the power struggle. Instead of reacting, you respond with curiosity and compassion, turning conflict into an opportunity for growth. Both of you learn to honor your needs without resorting to control tactics, setting the stage for a deeper, spiritually grounded relationship. Following our recognition of the hidden power struggle, where both partners realize they've been wielding silence, avoidance, or criticism as control tactics. Jordan Peterson's next foundational principle is to share responsibility together. While Peterson stresses personal responsibility as the bedrock of creating order from chaos, in a relationship with an avoidant partner, that responsibility must be mutual, not unilateral. Mutual responsibility begins with both partners discussing and establishing basic behavioral guidelines. These aren't rigid rules, but flexible commitments that adapt to each person's needs. For instance, when either partner feels disconnected text left unread, or a postponed data rather than allowing silence to linger, both agree to a 15-minute nightly check-in via call or video chat. Or if a minor conflict arises, they pledge to resolve it within 24 hours by sitting down and speaking openly rather than avoiding. Creating these principles isn't about controlling freedom, but about providing predictability and safety. Avoidants fear loss of autonomy, but when they see clear boundaries, you won't randomly unleash emotional outbursts, and they won't pull away without explanation. They feel respected and secure, gradually lowering their guard and sharing more freely. Moreover, these shared rules help each person take ownership of their emotions. Instead of expecting the other to intuit feelings, you might say, "I'd like a check-in for 15 minutes, are you available?" They, in turn, choose, "I'm ready now," or suggest an alternative time. Decisions made in mutual respect allow the avoidant to maintain choice and autonomy, while the relationship retains a safe structure. More importantly, shared responsibility teaches them to own their actions and feelings. Peterson affirms that responsibility leads to meaning. When an avoidant commits to communicating their disconnection, they no longer flee from emotion. They actively ask, "What am I afraid of?" and "What do I need to feel safe?" And they share these insights with you. You, rather than remaining silent or judgmental, listen and respond within the agreed framework. As these principles become lived practice, consistent check-ins, timely conflict resolution, proactive dialogue, the relationship shifts from a power struggle to a joint mission, with both partners maintaining inner order and building attachment. When an avoidant sees a clear track for action, they move from defensive avoidance to deliberate response. Thus, from identifying the power struggle, we've advanced to establishing shared responsibility, a solid foundation for transforming a confrontational relationship into a cooperative partnership. In the next section, we'll explore turning fleeting emotions into meaningful actions, further guiding you toward authentic spiritual bonding. With clear boundaries and shared responsibility in place, the next step is to channel emotions, anxieties, and expectations into purposeful actions, for meaning arises from purposeful deeds, not fleeting feelings. To forge a durable spiritual bond with an avoidant partner, both of you must create shared, significant experiences rather than repeating the cycle of silence, anger, and avoidance. Action 1. Co-author a weekly gratitude journal. Every Sunday evening, sit together with a joint notebook. One person starts by writing 3 brief lines such as, "Thank you for listening to me today," "Thank you for boosting my confidence," and "Thank you for taking that walk with me." The other person follows. Then read your entries aloud to each other. This practice not only ignites gratitude but engraves positive moments in memory, shifting the avoidance focus from fear of losing autonomy to appreciation of joint connection. Action 2. Undertake a small project together. Choose a simple yet creative endeavor, revamping a corner of your garden, planting trees, or enrolling in a brief online course. Dedicate 1-2 hours weekly to this project. Planning, gathering materials, and executing steps together allows the avoidant to experience cooperative energy, shared responsibility, and satisfaction in watching progress unfold. Jointly performing tasks disrupts the mindset of "I must do it alone" or "I need to handle this myself," replacing it with "We are partners in creation." Action 3. 10-minute guided facing fears meditation. Peterson recommends a short meditation focused on confronting fears. Choose a quiet spot, sit facing each other or side by side, and spend the first 2 minutes stabilizing breath with slow inhales and exhales. For the next 6 minutes, silently focus on a specific fear: commitment, dependency, or loss of freedom. In the final 2 minutes, observe any emerging emotions without judgment. Conclude by sharing brief reflections: "I felt," or "I realized," This practice not only builds courage to face fear, but encourages the avoidant to shift from "I must flee" to "I choose to face this with you." These three actions are not dry tasks, but rituals of connection. Repeated weekly, they form an energetic current from initial gratitude to cooperative creativity to brave confrontation of fierce, each step reinforcing the previous, enabling the avoidant to shed avoidance tactics. They come to see that with you, they don't lose freedom, but gain a connection built on purpose and shared intent. Transitioning from shared responsibility to meaningful action is the turning point that transforms the relationship from theory to vibrant reality. When an avoidant realizes they are not mere spectators, but co-authors of every gratitude note, every planted seed, and every meditative moment, they no longer shy away. They step forward, ready to co-create a deep bond where freedom and commitment no longer conflict but complement one another, nourishing a love that is rich and enduring. After transforming emotions into meaningful actions, you and your avoidant partner enter a realm of thriving collaboration. Yet even the most impactful actions require a framework of shared beliefs to sustain their power. This is where the concept of a spirit tree comes in, an integrated model blending Jungian thought with Jordan Peterson's philosophy. Here, your core values form the sturdy trunk, while daily rituals serve as the resilient branches and leaves. First, sit down together and identify 3 core values that define your relationship. For instance, the first value might be honesty with yourselves and each other. The second could be respect, respecting each other's boundaries, space, and feelings. The third might be growth, committing to progress and supporting each other's development. Once you agree on these 3 pillars, they become the trunk of your spirit tree, unshakable and enduring. Next, you adorn this trunk with branches by establishing daily rituals that bring each value to life. For honesty, you might create a ritual of voluntarily saying, "I'm sorry," whenever one of you causes emotional hurt, or a 2-minute morning check-in where each person shares their current mood in 1 or 2 sentences. This ensures honesty isn't merely theoretical, but is woven into everyday practice. For respect, a ritual could be sharing a quiet cup of tea or coffee at 9 p.m. No phones, no distractions, just a moment of undivided attention. Or you might celebrate each time both of you uphold a shared commitment with a simple high five, reinforcing mutual regard and accountability. For growth, consider a ritual of recording a 1-minute audio update each week, where you both outline personal or relational goals and then review progress at month's end. Alternatively, spend 30 minutes at month's close, revisiting your shared gratitude journal and project updates, learning from successes and setting new objectives. This turns growth into a living process that excites rather than intimidates your avoidant partner. Your spirit tree is a dynamic ecosystem, its leaves adjusting as circumstances change, but always rooted in those core values. When your avoidant partner sees this living structure, they don't fear loss of freedom. Instead, they feel anchored by rituals that symbolize mutual respect and commitment. The benefits extend beyond stability to create a positive, energetic field. Each ritual is like a leaf capturing sunlight, converting it into collective trust and vitality. Over time, instead of defaulting to avoidance, your partner will sense the relationship's vibrant cycle of nurture, growth, and renewal. Once your spirit tree's roots run deep in your shared lives, the relationship evolves into a community of energy. Honesty provides clarity, respect offers protection, and growth supplies enduring vitality. Whenever small conflicts arise, simply refer back to your foundational values and corresponding rituals to prevent power struggles from resurfacing. This leads your avoidant partner into genuine spiritual bonding where both of you exchange energy and uplift one another. You grow together, free yet connected, supported by the safe, value-driven framework of your spirit tree. So we've explored the 4 essential steps, inspired by Jordan Peterson, to transform an avoidant relationship from a power struggle into a genuine spiritual bond. Recognize the power struggle, so conflict becomes an internal warning sign rather than an enemy. Establish shared responsibility, providing predictability and safety so the avoidant partner fears losing freedom less. Shift focus to meaningful actions, turning fleeting emotions into weekly rituals that connect you. Build your spirit tree, using core values as the trunk and daily rituals as its branches and leaves, nurturing a resilient relationship. Each step not only helps you understand your partner's deeper motivations, but also lays the groundwork for mutual accountability and the creation of a safe, purpose-driven space. Commit to these principles in everyday life, from heartfelt apologies to shared meditation, from quiet tea time to celebratory high fives, and you'll see the avoidant partner move from avoidance to active engagement and deeper attachment. If you're ready to clean up your inner room, share responsibility, and cultivate your own spiritual tree, start today. Your relationship will no longer be an endless battle, but a meaningful journey where two souls grow together, free yet deeply connected in love. Thank you for watching. If you found this content valuable, please subscribe, like, and share so we can spread these insights and build more authentic connections. See you in the next video,